what I've been doing recently, which has been very curious and interesting, is asking people, mostly British people, but anybody actually who knows Britain, what they think are the really great books about Britain written in our lifetime. And if you ask this question to anyone literary or in India or Pakistan, they wouldn't have to think twice. They would have a list which they could inform you of without much thought. And in England, people have to think really hard, and I'm not quite sure why that is. Maybe it's because we have a different relationship to the writing of about our own place. But the book that I've picked up to read about England is Rings of Saturn, and my editor recommended that I read Whatcha, which was a novel written in 1992 by a novelist called Jonathan Coe, and it's a satire of Thatcherite conservative politics. So it feels very relevant now in England. A novel from here that I really loved was Nicole Krauss's Great House, which I've been recommending to people. It seems like a novel for grown-up people somehow. I'm just about to start some history books. The David Kynaston books on Britain in the 50s, austerity Britain and family Britain, and then a book by Norman Davies on the half-forgotten kingdoms of Europe. So I'm really kind of circling around books about where I come from at the moment.
And do Americans, have you asked many Americans yet what they think
Yes.
the great books about Britain are?
Yep. I asked a dear friend of mine who is also a writer who lived in Britain for a year, and she recommended Orwell, and she recommended, who else did she recommend? A book by Rebecca West and a few others, and then an American book maybe, which she said she thinks about a lot when she's writing. So it's somebody else, another person I asked my brother-in-law, and he said you should read Delia Smith, who's a cookery book writer. I think he was joking, but he said she's a national treasure, and that's the book, probably one of the most read books about Britain, probably true.